Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at the remarkable Ooda, which is a MIDI step sequencer with tons and tons of cool stuff up its sleeve. Alright, so what we're going to do to start with is completely clear this out. I'll leave the synths in place as they are and explain what's going on. So I'll hit this little X button here and it says clear notes, clear wormholes, or clear both. And I will clear both. Okay, so that was actually started in small grid mode, which gives like a 4x4 grid. Well, we'll go stick with large. What you have to do with Ooda is record notes in. It won't generate notes for you. You record the wormholes are amazing. They're really, really good. Hi, Wal. Hi, Bud. So let's say hi to everyone. Hi, Bud. Hi, Wal. Hi, Colin. Hi, Dave. Hi, Alan. Hi, David. Hi, Paul. Meerkat Music. Hi, Andrew. Hello, Joe. I know you're there somewhere, apart from downstairs. Hi, Hort. Anyone else I may have missed, hello and welcome to the sound test room. Today we're going to be taking a look at Ooda, which is very cool. Now, it's a step sequencer, right? But what's very cool is the sequencer section is completely detached from the note section, and the note section has 4 different sets of options. So if you're familiar with Zoa, it's kind of similar to that. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to record some stuff in, and to do this I need to make sure that Ooda here is getting MIDI from my MIDI keyboard, and it is, you see. So first of all, I'm going to choose let's see, this first SynthMaster here. And I'm gonna, this is going to Ooda anyway, so that's good. Doesn't need to be connected to this. I'm just gonna make sure that I hit record, and then as soon as I start to play, it's gonna play. Right now, there's a reason why I can't hear me notes, and that's weird. So clear notes. This is, oh, it's all disabled. That's why I'm gonna enable it. Oh, I'm still not getting it. Clear both. Interesting. Why I should not be hearing it with my MIDI keyboard, because it's going there off to Ooda. Let's just check. I'm just gonna set it to all at the moment. That's absolutely fine. Right, now I'm gonna clear out the clear both. So each time I hit a key, it will record a note into the sequencer. Okay, and you can record chords in bunches of notes on one actual kind of hit. So as long as you hold the notes, you'll record a chord. But I'm just going to record some notes. So I'm going to hit the key and then let go. So. It's recorded 24 notes in for me, and if I play my sequencer now, I'm going to change this now back to 16. So you have a choice, 16. These are all the different things, and you also have the very cool golden note option as well. But we'll stick now at the moment with, where are we? I think I'm on 16th anyway, so 16th. Like this. And if you want your menus to stay on, remember normally with Zoa it used to be like you'd have to hold it and then scroll with your finger, but I've got this to be latched. So if you go into your little menu here and you scroll down and choose persist menus and modifiers and turn that on, okay, don't worry about the latch action buttons yet. We can go back here. So now every time I go to like a menu, for instance this or this one, it will stay on until I tap it again. And for me, that's better, you know, but for some people might like the other version. The fact is that you've got options. Now, if I press play now, what I'm going to do is, you see where I've got patterns here. I'm going to take this back down to one pattern for now. And then this is, it's set for 16ths, but it's going to be playing 8ths. So you're going to skip notes, right? So let's take this to 16ths. Let's take it to, no, actually, let's not. Let's take it down to quarter. And the rule is it's going to go up and it's going to go down. Have it go from the lowest. We can offset it. So basically pitch it up or down. So I had number 4 switched on as well. So now it's going through at quarter notes, but this is on 16ths. But sync voices, what that will do is it will latch the sequencer, it will latch the sequencer to the note engine. And now it'll decouple them. But if I hold bump here, that will momentarily latch the sync voice option. So whatever your pace is set to, if sync voices is off, it's going to ignore this basically and concentrate on this. But we can see if it makes any difference to actually how it plays. And now it'll be, when I hold bump or switch sync on, it'll be 30 seconds dotted. Or I could just put this into 30-second dotted. And then I could change this one to 16ths. Put this one into golden. And then this one into ordinary 8ths. And we can do the same with this. We can shift it down. We can change the direction just to random. And this has another really cool random feature as well. So if you hold this and it'll say, you can go, you see it's got this one called Random Plus. Random Plus will still be random, but it will never play the same note twice together. Yes, you did, Hort. I haven't actually said yet which synth it is, but I'll show you now. So the 4 synth, we're using 4 different synths. We're using 2 SynthMaster 1s and 2 SynthMaster 2s for the sounds for each of the actual playheads, like this. And I've only got number 1 switched on at the moment. And you can route these to any synth you like, or have them all play internally. It's absolutely fine. So if I switch this off now, I can go back into here, choose my whichever where it is, my Ooda, and it doesn't even really matter what these are linked to, because it's more to do with what you have these set to as well. So I'm just going to set this one to number 1 for out, and it'll still sound the same. So depending on which, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, which basically relates to the 4 different heads, or you can have one synth play all of the heads. So for instance, at the moment, this SynthMaster one I've just now changed to only be out MIDI. I'm getting its MIDI from Ooda channel number 1, and this one will be getting its MIDI from Ooda channel number 2. This one will be getting its MIDI from 3 and 4 and so on like that. So it's really pretty easy to route this stuff up. Okay, so let's crack on. So we've got shift amount. Okay. Now we also have rest and skip. Okay, so if I switch rest on, I can kind of, let me make sure that my sync voices is on, and let's go up to say 16th. So it's, and let's go, instead of it being random plus, let's just have it go forward. So you can go forwards, backwards, forwards and back. Let's have it go forwards and backwards like this. Okay, so it'll go forwards and then it'll go backwards. We've got rest and skip. If we switch rest on, now depending on how you have your button set in like persist, you might have to hold this and do it like that. Like I said, I prefer just to switch things on and switch them off again. Okay, so if we switch rest on, we can basically, actually I don't know, right, hang on. That's weird. An important thing to remember is when you're making any adjustments to things like this, make sure you turn record off first. So hang on. Okay, and you'll know if record's on because it will add another one and there'll be one there. So switch record off when you want to start to actually make adjustments to the sequence. Otherwise, it won't work. All right. If we use rest, now it works like any other rest in a sequencer. So we can go, oh, okay, we'll take some of these out. Like that. Say, for instance, and now we'll get this like a gating effect. Okay, and while rest is switched on, we can switch them on and off. Skip will skip the step but won't play it. So rest basically just inserts rest. It still plays the step but there's no sound there. Skip will literally skip. It will just ignore these next steps. So it'll just go from 1 to 8, then from 17 to 24, then from 24 back to, it'll go backwards and forwards, but it will ignore these middle ones. And we can put some back in, or we can combine them. And then if we want to, we can just hit the little X and then go clear note, clear out wormholes. We'll do wormholes next. So I'm going to cancel this. I'm going to get ahead of myself. So first of all, I'm just going to put these notes back in. One of them's a rest, slightly different colors. Yeah. Okay, so now we're back to just being full on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slow the sequence pace down now to 8 so you can hear it better. And we're still going to go backwards and forwards, but we can just set this to forwards. It doesn't really matter. You can set this however you wish. We've got no rest, no skips now. We're in sync voice mode, so what we're actually setting here is a pace is what's been reflected. Don't forget, if I switch this off, this will be reflected, and it's all independent for all voices as well. Okay, so let's switch this back on, and we're going to get into wormholes. Wormholes are super clever. Let me just, I'm really hot. I'm going to have to take off my jumper. Hang on a sec. Oh, right. Better. Okay, so wormholes. You'll see where it says source 4 and then destination none. If I switch this, right, if I tap this and I go 8, you'll see this changes to an 8. If I tap 4, it will change to a 4. But let's leave it on 4 just for a moment. And then the destination, I'm going to choose the destination. At the moment it says none. And I'm going to choose the destination as 1. Okay. And what will happen is you'll see the rule says always. What it'll do is it'll get to 4 and then just continually play 1 to 4, 1 to 4. Okay. And at any time I like, I can change the destination as long as it's highlighted. Where this gets super cool is every single step. Now, I know you can't see this on the screen because, well, you might be able to. But on that little 4, there are 2 little asterisks either side, which shows you that there is a wormhole being applied to step number 4. Okay. This is gonna give you so much fun, right? The wormholes are really awesome. So at the moment, the rule is always, okay. Anytime we tap another. Let's go back to source here. Let's tap number 14 and you'll see it says source is now 14, destination is none. Let's check this and have the destination for 14 at number 10. You'll see now that 14 has 2 little asterisks and so does number 4. Every single step can have a wormhole associated with it. But at the moment, if I go to number 4, let me just go to my wormhole selection and tap number 4. You'll see it's still set to 4 and then destination 1. If I go to 14, it's set to 14 and I'm going to set this again to destination 10. I'm going to go back to my number 4. So source is 4, destination is 1. Tap 14, 14, source, destination 10. But they're both saying always. So at the moment, all it will do is we'll pick up the first bunch of wormholes, right? And it'll just play it like this. It's gonna totally ignore number 14. So make sure the source is what you want, so number 4, and then choose the rule. Now the rule can be always times 1, and then it'll just carry on until it gets back to up to times 7, and then the second of 2, the third of 3, the fourth of 4, the fifth of 5th. And then we have, sorry, I'll just do this again. We have percentages, okay? And then we have some stuff last and not last, which is symmetry, electron kind of thing, which I'm not really know. So I'm going to choose this to be times 2 for this first one. And what's going to happen is it's going to play this twice. But when it gets to 14, it's going to loop between 14 and 10 because if we're on the source and we check our source here, you'll see that the rule is always. Okay, so let's put this to the test. So this is going to play twice. And it'll just stay on 1410 now unless we change it. So unless we change the rule, let's change the rule to 3. and it'll do it again for these. And if we switch sync voices off now, it's going to be listening to the golden eighth. And this means that we can now choose different rules. Let's choose random. And increase the pattern length. Now you'll see another new thing that was added to Zoa and is also part of Ooda is if we hold any of these patterns now, like this, yeah, like this, whoops, I'm going to switch it back on, hold it. We can do different things. So that we have see, I've got a ratchet, a ×4 ratchet on there. I'm going to switch this back to none. So there's no ratchet on this fourth step in the pattern. Okay, so if we play it now, well, to hear what this does, let's go back to 1, and I'm going to hold pattern, choose ratchet, but we could choose the probability as well. So condition 2 of 2, and this just will pair pattern. Let's increase the pattern length. Let's choose something different for this 5th step in the pattern. Accents. Hip bump. Okay, let's move on to our second step now. We don't need to change the notes. And that's now adding our second synthing. Let's go to our third one. And these are all following different rules. Make some sevenths. Okay. So before we get out of control, let's do something cool. Let's just do something with one synth, okay? So let's just remove these channels and we'll just leave one SynthMaster in there. We'll set up a complete new Ooda, so we'll get rid of everything. So we'll just close this, done. We've got nothing going on here apart. Let me just choose a nice kind of sound. So we'll go with my, I'm going to go in here, synth, and choose a maybe pianos and keys, something not something really, you know, mellow. quite... Okay, so this is just a nice keyboard sound. We're going to add in Ooda here. And to connect it up, it's simple. You just tap on here, go to Ooda, and we're going to select all out. All the 4 heads will play. I was not on this one. I was using Black Hole on another one. Right. Okay. So we're going Ooda all out. Right. And I don't need this connected. Oh yes, no, I don't. I don't need this connected here. What I want to do is connect my MIDI keyboard here to. So I'm playing Ooda, but Ooda is playing this. So. We open this up. Like I said, you have 2 choices of grid. You have large or small. It doesn't matter which one you pick. It's just Ryan said that the large one would be better if you had a if you were on your phone or something. So first thing we want to do is record some notes in. That's what we want to do first. So to record notes into Ooda, all we need to do, we don't even need to have this running, it doesn't matter yet. You can set up what you wish here. So we're going to leave the pace on 8, direction forward, shift amount is 12. We'll leave this as it is. It's absolutely fine. I'm going to hit the little record button, and now what will happen is if I play a C and then hold the note, okay, so I'm actually literally like kind of just playing. Just a bunch of notes. I'm going to take it off and play a D. Take it off, play an A, and then play a few more notes while I'm still holding that A. So now we've got these 4 little things recorded in. It's going to play like this. Let's set the pace to... So you can set up different things just by playing chords that you wouldn't like kind of normally expect. So let's put in some individual notes this time, and we'll leave this on what it was originally set on. So I'm just going to play in a bunch of notes. And it's playing, so you can actually by the you can play in while it's actually playing as well. Going to be very slow. The second one is also playing, but we haven't engaged it. So for this one, the offset, let's take the offset right down. Maybe no, I've done the wrong one, sorry. Let's take that back to, let's go to number 1 and take that down to 2 octaves. Okay? But it's only playing a note once every bar. Unless I go, and it's playing one every 8th. So sync voices is going to sync all these playheads together to what this is set at, like I said before. But what we want to do now is go to number 2. And let's set this off at 8ths. It's on 8ths already. And don't forget, it's still playing that same SynthMaster. Of course, it won't do this if you've got a mono synth. You need a polysynth to make this work. But we've still got that bass note in the background, right? Well, we can increase the pattern length for each individual one. So if I increase these patterns to 5 for this one, a little bit further. Let's go to the third one. Let's change this to 16ths maybe. Well, let's take it right up 2 octaves. Well, let's take the velocity down. Make it a gated. When we bump it, it will actually sync all the voices together to what this is set at. So I'm going to record some more voices. I'm still on record. I'll record some more voices in. So now we've got the whole grid is full. So now we can add some wormholes in. Or let's put some rests in. So wormholes. Number 5. Destination 2. Go destination 40, 43, 67% chance on that one. yeah, I'm going to show you. Also, if we press hang, it will hold wherever it is in the sequence. Bump will sync everything together, like I said. What flip will do is it will cause it to go like this and not like this, so it will cause it to go vertically and not horizontally. Shift is related to this. It will shift it up to the amount that this is set at. So if I set this up to be a 7th, it's going to shift it up a 5th. Now we go. Oh, thanks, David. Bless you. Thank you very, very much. Another cool thing is YouTube have just added super thanks to all my videos, which is really cool. So people can do a super chat thing, even if they're just watching an ordinary video now. If you look at any of my videos now, you'll see a little heart with a little $sign in it. It's like a super thanks. Really pleased about that. This is one instance, yeah. Oceans in Space. One instance and just one SynthMaster. So the direction is going forwards. Let's just randomize that. Let's random plus, which means it'll never play the same note together. Let's put some more rests in, shall we? I think it's awesome. You can also you can send modulation out of Ooda and have the actual sequencer modulate things. Like, for instance, if it's moving forward, you could have it set to a cutoff source, and it will open the cutoff frequency as the sequence moves forward. You can also, if I just go done now, you can also use the internal keyboard, okay, to add in notes to your sequencer as well. But since I'm using the key step, so that's absolutely fine. But you can do like steps and ties and things, and it's all sorts of cool stuff. You suggest to go to the website. Just search for Ooda MIDI sequencer, and what Ryan's done I think he's done about 5 or 6 tutorials are really, really good. But I think this is absolutely super duper. So I can close the keyboard, and well, I mean, you can see what the cool stuff you can do. So what we can do is also very cool stuff performance-wise. We could go, right, okay, wormholes, we'll choose a source, a different wormhole as a source, and choose like maybe, I don't know, 64, and the destination is 61, right, and we'll just have it on always. So when it gets in now, well, we need to have this going forward, so it's just going to repeat that. Let's just go. Let's have it repeat 4 times when it gets down there. Let's have a look at our source for number 5, which is number 2. Let's set that to number 4. And let's just set that on always for fun. It's just going to do this forever now. Guys, thank you very, very much for joining me this evening where we took a look at Ooda. I think I pretty much covered everything you'd want to know to get started. There isn't a great deal else that you need to worry about other than I think it's on sale at the moment. Let me just quickly check the price. I don't think it's expensive. It's only for 72 hours though, and this has been out a day, so £3.49p. I guess that's $3.99. So if you want to grab it while it's kind of half price, I think it's half price anyway. But yeah, it's great. But I love the Zoa as well. I love the golden ratios. If we swap everything up, the golden ratios, these are the way it plays, and it's very, very special. Golden ratio uses the Fibonacci numerical sequencing to work out how to play the notes. So, for instance, we can go with the pace here. Now, don't forget our pace is directly related to the voice synchronization. It's not, this pace here is going to, it's going to be, if this is switched off, it's ignoring this, okay, and concentrating on the pace of this lot here. So if we just, for number 1, let's go in this, let's hold it like this and go down to where our golden hole, and then we'll go to number 2 where it says 8th, and we'll go golden 8th, and this adds a whole new really lovely vibe to the whole thing. And I did a video for this with golden 16ths with this one. For number 4 we'll choose again we'll just stick with what it was set on normally, but we'll go golden, or we could go golden, we go golden quarter for that, and then on this one we will go golden 8th. So if I wanted to swap out my flip control here, the bump, which basically the bump will lock everything into what this is set at, okay, so what the sequencer is set at, and it will disregard this, and then as soon as you let go, or you can just switch it on. I'll demonstrate it. Guys, I'll let you say ta-ra to each other for a few minutes. Bless you all. Thank you very, very much for joining me this evening, where we did take a look at Ooda MIDI sequencer with its marvelous Wormholes feature, which is just absolutely brilliant for creating stuff that you would never expect to happen. It's awesome. Now, I know that you can't really see this, but there are little numbers in these white boxes here, and if you have a wormhole assigned to any of them, there will be 2 little asterisks at the side of that number. So you can jump to a wormhole. So jumping to wormholes is easy. You've got source, you've got 5 there, we've got 40, and you can automatically see what's going on, what you've got set up. We've got what this there, it'll go 4 times, and then, but every single step can have a wormhole, and you can set that wormhole however you wish. It's a really, 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 it's really clever stuff. This is, it sounds great, and it's easy to use as well. It's not difficult to use. Let's play this little thing and see what we've got now. And guys, I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. See how the vibe has changed with the golden ratio? effects are enabled now. Don't forget also as well that the shift button will shift the key or the notes to what the shift amount is set at. So it's shifting at a 7th, you shift it a 4th, and you can lock the function buttons as well if you want to.